Hi, I'm Olivier Seberio. I'm CEO at Sensei in US. Blueberry growers today face rising nutrients cost, delayed lab results, and a lack of tools to guide timely fertilizations. We are proposing practical solutions, calibrating our Nutriscope, a handheld scanner designed for farmers, for blueberries, so that growers can get nutrient insights instantly in the field. We are submitting seeds to the CBC with support of already two farms, and we are working to expand. Nutrient testing is essential, but current tools aren't working for most growers. Lab testing is expensive, results usually takes too long, and most farms can't afford high sampling frequency. That often leads to over or under fertilization or waiting too long to act, which add cost and risk crop health. We believe nutrient diagnostics should be affordable, fast, and easy to use, and Nutriscope makes that possible. Nutriscope is a handheld scanner that allows growers to measure plant nutrients level in seconds without sending samples to a lab. It works by shining light across a wide spectral range, capturing how the leaf absorbs and reflects that energy. This creates a spectral fingerprint from near infrared, visible, and UV of the leaf's internal chemistry. We then use machine learning to map those fingerprints to real lab tested nutrient value. The result is a predictive model that can tell you, for example, how much nitrogen or calcium is present in the plant, right in the field in seconds. This technology is not a new idea. We have already deployed Nutriscope successfully in grape, corn, wheat, and other crops. The goal of this project is to bring that same real-time capability to blueberries, saving growers time and money while supporting better nutrient decisions. And the way it works is actually really simple. So first you take a scanner, you select the leaf of the plant that you want to analyze. What you do, you clip the scanner onto the leaf. It's non-invasive, you don't have to cut the leaf. And then using your phone, you launch a scan. So it takes few seconds for Nutriscope to emit light, receive light, and calculate in the cloud all the nutrient concentration for your crops. And that, voila, that's so the first information that you receive after scanning is a measure of plant health. So this will be outside of the scope of this grant, but we could add this capability at a later stage. So the first is a stress index that explains the level of oxidation of the plant and start to predict, enable to predict, the risk for disease or pest invasion. Plant health also include pH, redox, Brix, and conductivity. But what would be the scope of this grant would be the detection of nutrients. So nitrogen, ammonium, whatever the farmer needs to manage his crop. Certain crops will also have a decision support system that could be added later on, providing advice depending on the stage of growth of the plant and other conditions such as the condition of the root. We could imagine that adding a decision tree that would enable the farmer to receive complementary advice that do not replace, of course, the good judgment of the farmer, but provide some clues. The calibration process is simple. So growers who participate in this grant would receive a Nutriscope scanner and sampling kits. They scan the leaves that they would sample and ship the leaves to the lab. The lab results are then paired with the scan data, and we would train the machine learning process and validate a model. The final model would then be deployed through Nutriscope app and become immediately accessible to every user. We are targeting between 400 and 500 samples, depending on lab cost. The more diversity we capture in terms of location, age, soils, and practices, the stronger and more broadly usable the model becomes. Most of the budget goes to laboratory analysis. That's the real bottleneck for calibrations. Labor from sensing and participating growers is provided in kind, and Nutriscope would be donated to the farmer participating in the program. All coordination is remote and there is no travel cost. With this setup, we can build a high quality nutrient model for blueberries within a 12 months timeframe and without exceeding the CBC grant cap. If approved, this project would deliver a validated, field-ready tool for fast nutrient diagnostic in blueberry, reducing input costs and giving growers more control. But it also paves the way for more. As I mentioned earlier, Nutriscope could also be calibrated for plant stress, Brix, pH redox, etc. We are also considering using Nutriscope to determine the nutritional quality of the berry. So, with additional support, this partnership could evolve into a more holistic, data driven system for managing crop health and fruit performance in real time, from the plant to the fruit. We are ready to go. The method is tested, the partners are lined up, and the tool are in hand. With CBC support, we can make nutrient diagnostic more accessible, practical, and scalable for California blueberry growers. Thank you very much for considering this proposal, and we would be happy to connect with more growers who would like to be involved. Thank you.